Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All for the Nintendo DS. I'm SamuraiT-X and I'm Solid Snake. And when we last left off, the investigation finished. We ended the entire investigation last week. And, well, we found out that, well, Phoenix found out more like that, the butler in the on-guard mansion was Shelley the killer the entire time, and the butler he met in the hotel. How slow he was to catch on, and we found out that Maya was in that location because the cat gave away the clue. But then as we raided the house, we did not find anybody, but we found evidence that would help us for this trial, and we found evidence that helped us unlock Adrian Andrews' last secret. We found out that Matt and Juan were responsible for Celeste's death, to be honest with you. So now we are going to the court for one last time. So without further ado, let's get this final showcase on the road. We don't know where this would take us, but we're going to run with it regardless. Let's go. Oh geez, not this bloody thing. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough! You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Ah, the judge. Evil judge. What? What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. Huh? But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. No! Oh, the same dream happened to me again. Oh, what's going on? I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today, I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. Poor Phoenix. You gotta feel for him. In this situation, it's pretty tough for him. March 20. Fire alarm randomly going off. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'd like to apologize for the fire alarm. It was testing itself because batteries and whatnot. It always does that. It's a random thing, but yeah, that's what the fire alarm tends to do. And yeah, no fire to report in my house. It was just a test from the fire alarm itself. Anyway, Snake, read it again.
Alright. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Oh god, another ominous thing now. Wow, this ringtone's pretty catchy. The last time I let this play, I got a copyright claim by some weirdos, you know. It wasn't even by Capcom that gave me the copyright claim, it was some other weirdos. I don't know what they're called, but I'm gonna ignore that they even copyright claim, because they don't even sound real. Stupid, really. But yeah, let's pick up. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright.
You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right, man?
What a waste of time. He actually called us. Oh, jeez. Ugh. Wish Wolverine gave you a scratch on your face even more.
If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too.
Now listen up. Oh wait, this is just a flashback. Maya. Phoenix? Phoenix? Mia! Maya! How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what? What am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles.
But...
You can't give up. There's still some hope left.
Stop it, please.
There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. Huh?
Ah, is that accursed on guard again? Will you leave me alone?
Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it.
You're really mean, pal.
Ah, Gumshoe, I'm really sorry. Where are you?
They let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal.
Huh? Then you have some sort of lead?
Sorry, but right now, we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up.
Gumshoe.
Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Meyer out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal.
That's true. I could do that if they found Meyer first.
You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer.
I have to make the trial last longer?
If you go at Mr. Edgeworth for everything you got, then you two can draw it out.
Oh, now I get it.
I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it our all we've got, just like you.
Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance.
Yeah.
Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it.
March 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Alright, Samurai. Let's get this show on the road. For one last time.
Yeah, it's time to finish this. Or start it, shall we say, because it's 10 a.m. And we finally get to do the judge's voice again. Court is now in session for the trial of Man on Guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings.
Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape.
Then you're saying that she is guilty after all?
I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder.
Huh?
I would like to direct the court's attention to this card.
What is that? It looks like a shell.
This is the calling card of a certain assassin.
Assassin, you say?
Table smash. Yes, one corridor was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Man on Guard.
Oh boy. Well, what a surprising turn of events.
I sweat my finger as I give that smug expression. I would think it's become commonplace by now. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor.
I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Table smash. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. I am getting impatient. I am tapping my fingers on my bicep. because you're starting to get on my nerves.
Ah, Snake, you get to do some reading. Even though Will Powers doesn't sound like you, but you get to do some reading.
Alright, finally. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
Imagine if that was you. That would drive you into alcoholism, Snake.
Shut up. You idiot.
I only had to add that in.
And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm a sort of lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah.
Mr. Powers, please. You don't need to put yourself down so much.
Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just that kind of nothing sort of guy anyway.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room.
Is this correct? Yes.
Huh? I didn't know that.
But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Mungard's room.
Okay, sure.
Alright, here comes the first testimony of this trial. Today, anyway.
After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, so I couldn't make them wait for me.
Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony, and talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Mungard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy. Well, what are you implying? I waggle my finger as I give you the smug expression again. Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right? Alrighty. Let's begin this cross-examination. Hold it! The defendant's room? Why did you go there?
Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother, sort of, and I wanted to say congrats.
Well, what's wrong? Why did you stop?
Mr. Wright.
What is it?
You're going to try and trick me into a corner, aren't you?
Huh?
I know I'm just a poor, underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer.
No one said you were, Mr. Powers.
No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy.
Every time? Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony.
Sorry.
So, you went to the defendant's room and then? Hey, wait a minute. When and how do I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? We always turn into the bad guy whenever someone does that. Hold it! Are you sure that was Matt on guard?
Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask there.
If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing in front of his own room? Again, sorry about this. The stupid alarm's going off again. Okay, we're back again. I do apologize about the stupid fire alarm again. Yeah, it does that to test itself. I don't know why it tested itself and after 10 minutes later. So stupid. But, whatever. The fire alarm does that every... I like to think it does that test thing every month. Looks like it does, to be honest. But today is just catching me on this day, so yeah, let's keep going. Hold it! At first? What do you mean by that?
Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform, and he had a bottle of juice on the tray.
Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry.
I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. Okay, that's fine. Hold it! You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats.
Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them?
Not more than a minute or two, I think.
Alright. I guess we're gonna press again. Hold it! So, who are these guests you're talking about?
You guys, of course. You and Meyer and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on here. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway.
This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Now, what made me curious is this statement here, because I pressed the fourth statement and he told us that. Now let's press this one. Let's come back to this one anyway. Hold it! At first? What do you mean by that?
I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... This is just a flashback. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right?
Alright, let's press on this statement. Hold it! So, he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Ah, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at this guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all. It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of this is the most shocking I should ask about. You know what, I'm more curious about the tip. I don't really mind. We've already seen the bellboy's face at one, and we're going to ask about Unguard's tip. Table smash. The defendant was a huge star. He can afford to give a generous tips, wouldn't you agree?
Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think.
A little too much? Would you please clarify to the court about how much you would say the defendant gave the bellboy?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash.
A roll of cash? Sorry if I raised my voice and if I burst your eardrums by suddenly doing that, but Phoenix was shouting, so I had to raise my voice just a tiny bit. Or just a bit more than usual. Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it?
A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor.
The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Right, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Well, that decision's gonna have to wait in the next video. So, when we come back, folks, we will play more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and make our decision there. And well, I'm gonna see what the hell's going on with that fire alarm, because I have a feeling it's gonna go off again in a few minutes. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Take care, everybody.